welcome to the Links Golf Cup Highland pairs from, well, a rather blustery north of Scotland. It's fair to say the competitors doing well to put up with the conditions, and controversy straight away. Well, yes, I know it's cold and windy, but the starter here at Golspie a little bit over the top, but having to have a word with Christian there about his check trousers. They are just on the limit of being acceptable. Although over at Brora, Rick's Tattersall has been told that his outfit is going to cost him a 2-shot penalty. So he's not happy. Andy standing his ground though. We just can't do with that kind of attire out in the golf course. But it's time to get on with the action, and we're at Brora, the 10th. Rennie Hawkins, can he keep it low under this strong wind? At the lengthy 10th. Looks like he's struggling a little bit. Very low. He's kept it very low. And straight at the pin. Just a good 150 yards short. He's playing with Phil Bedford. And of course it's a team game. So if Rennie doesn't quite nail it, you can rely on Phil to join in. And well, a little bit more distance, but slightly, yes. And the boys struggling to get to grips as they head home into the wind here at Brora. Now, well, the thing is, you can go wild with your drives in this kind of wind. Here we have the Bathgate team looking for the ball. Coming up close to the green, they've probably knocked it about 260 yards away in the wrong direction. 6 yards in the wrong direction. There's the tee there. Impressive to lose a ball over such a short distance, it has to be said. Now down to the 9th, and we have Pete Fotheringham. And Pete, well, he's hoping to use some spin on the ball to try and help him. I don't think he was going for the top spin though. That's what he's got, although not a bad effort. Straight to the flag. Yes, the top spin, just rolling that on. Well, he's held the green. And there's many a golfer would be happy with that here today, that's for sure. Now over to Golspie. And here we have Ross Williams, ready to attack. Serious divot coming up there. And yes, I'm not quite sure what he's ready to attack. I think it was the ground rather than the green. And the course was in lovely condition here at Golspie, not so much now. Now we're out here with James Saring-Soon, and he's gone with the putter from miles away. But look at that. Oh, there's a quality golf shot. Improvising. That's very well played there from James. Now, well, he's out with Mickey Robbins, and he's seen the success that James had and has opted to do something entirely different. Looks like he's taken out his 3-iron. And yes, well, if somebody uses the putter and it works, I don't know why you wouldn't just copy that. Back now with Brora at the 6th, Tony Meehan. He's missed the green, no surprise there. And very nearly missed the green again. No, well, not too bad. Luckily though, he's playing alongside Sarah Meehan, and she too missed the green. But you can rely on Sarah. Yes, well, it's been the story of the round so far. Tony heavily relying on Sarah. Nice putt up there, and she got her 3. Very impressive. Back out to Golspie in the 6th. And William Hughes needs a lucky bounce. That was an unlucky bounce. And firing through the green. Oh, well, you got to feel for him there. That was landing at the front of the green and has ended up about 30 yards off the back. That's what these courses can do. Now back with Yoros. He came up way short with his first attempt at approach. Doesn't want to make the same mistake. So he'll be delighted at firing that through almost off the back of the green. But at least he wasn't short. Learnt his lesson. There's a wedge there as we're back with William, and he's deep in the rough. I would use the wedge if I was deep in the rough, but William going with the putter at these greens, proving very difficult to find from 15 yards away. There's a wedge there, I don't know why I didn't use it. Now Phil McKiddie here at Golspie with a tricky looking putt. No, absolutely in the centre of the hole. Yeah, his playing partners can't believe it. He can't believe it. Longest putt he's holed this year. Back to Golspie in the 3rd, and Ronnie McNally. Another player. Now, what's his approach going to be here? We've seen putts, we've seen chips, And he's going to play it right along the ground. Not the best idea when there's a big bunker right in front of you. I'm not sure if he noticed it. I think he's noticed it now. And good luck to you there, Ronnie. Back to the first. Jonathan Raymond, well, he rolled his first putt past the hole a touch, and he's left himself one of these tricky putts, kind of putts that Garcia doesn't like, but seems to have conquered now. Oh, but not Jonathan, and that's a shame. There's nothing worse than a 3-putt to start your round, except perhaps a 4-putt. And, well, looking good in the hat, though. Looking good in the hat. Perhaps he'll warm up to a better game. Now, further out on the course, we have Aidan McGurn. Now, just sizing up this tee shot. The sun gone away a little bit. It was threatening to brighten up a little, but you can see all the hats are on. And Aidan, well, he certainly caught a good contact with that as it floats off. Whoa, that doesn't look too good. Well, no, there's the flag. There's the flag, and he's actually, the camera position can show he's on the green. Unfortunately, it's the 16th green when he's actually playing the 6th. Not the only person to do that, though, I have to tell you. Playing alongside Kevin White. Now, Kevin, that's a good-looking shot. Going to the right green this time, but, straight in the bunker. Oh, dear. Well, hopefully he's in the bunker, but he might have a good lie. No, not such a great lie. That is a pretty plugged ball. Oh, dear, I don't know how Kevin's going to cope with that. Now, here we have Rex, still annoyed about that 2-shot penalty. And we're not going to follow the ball here. It's a bit windy. We'll have no idea if this is a good shot or not. I'm thinking not. Yes, definitely not a good shot. Now, back out to Golspie and Michael O'Brien. And I'm not sure what club he's got there. It's the scythe. That's what it is. It's the scythe. Well, he pulled his tee shot left because he was trying to avoid the bunkers on the right that we saw Kevin White go into. So he pulled his tee shot left. But he's usually not too bad from the deep, thick rough, having thinned it out a little, and he's made it out. And oh dear. Well, he would have been as well just going straight in that bunker. The Kevin White bunker, as it's now known. Back to 5, Alan Weezer. Now, we can't see the ball, we can't see the lie, we can hardly see the golfer. Fantastic undulations in these Highland courses, and Alan only just making it over, but rolling onto the green, and that's a fabulous shot. Yes, great improvisation there from Alan. Well, we're back at the bunker, and we're back with Kevin White, and Michael O'Brien's now in there, of course, and Kevin Kevin taking it out on, he wasn't happy about his lie and thought he'd share the bad luck. And Michael O'Brien can't believe the lie he's got all of a sudden. But he's a man who's used to golfing extremes, as we saw from his tee shot and his subsequent shot out the rough. Can he cope with his new and interesting plugged lie? He certainly can. Out, no bother. And Kevin's little plan not really working there. So we can move up to the 10th. And here we have James St. Quentin. And making it through the fence and onto the green. And look at this. Well, the approach shots here have been fabulous from this lot. It's all taken them 6 or 7 shots to get there right enough. And, one of the most interesting greens up here this week, the 16th on Golspie. And look at this shot from Christian. He's happy he got away without his 2-stroke penalty for those trousers, playing it off the slope as the ball disappears and very nearly goes in. Yeah, great improvisation there from Christian. It's what you need. Now quickly on to Tom Anderson, and watch the ball. Look at that. It's the 6th here at Brora, and I think we're going to have to show you a replay. The camera only just getting on to Tom in time for the backswing, really. So let's have a look. Beautiful swing. What he's doing only 40 yards off the tee in the rough, I've got no idea. And really don't have any idea when you see the ball come down just in front of the flag. And look at this. Very nearly holed out for what would have been, well, rather an unusual birdie, it has to be said. Great shot there from Tom. Now back over to Golspie in the 6th. And William Hughes, and we can see, well, the wind's died down. Amazingly, can he take advantage of it in time? Oh dear, the gust came back up. And oh dear. Ah, dear. Well, I didn't quite get that tee shot away before that big gust of wind. And, oh no. And to top it off, he can't get his favourite tee out the ground. And, well, what do we have here? That is a gun, and that is Dave Carling's old caddy, and he fell out with him, and, well, Dave, he never liked carrying that bag, hates that bag, and it shows. Great shot there, I have to say. Yes, the bag is down, and Dave, well, he's managing to ignore the gunfire coming in on him, and taking out his bag, and very nearly holing from off the green. That was a great effort. Well, it's one thing when somebody takes out your bag, it's another thing when your game has been so bad that your bag decides to end it all just by itself. And that's what's happened here with Alex Glass. The bag has had enough, it's trying to drown itself, and Alex struggling to cope. And as we leave him trying to revive the bag and get his game back on track, it's time to say goodbye from the Links Golf Cup Highland Pairs 2017.